The Impalas, or imps as they are referred to in ready room jargon, are certainly master of the skies over South Angola. When they take off, a strike is usually in the offing. This time it was a Russian T-34 tank on the outskirts of one of the Angolan towns in the interior where SWAPO had a presence.
It is 1979. South Africa is a prosperous but troubled nation. Social tensions are high, the country is under international trade embargoes, and most pressingly, they are engaged in a high-stakes insurgency conflict which will touch all aspects of life in the region. Whether it be aiding neighbouring Rhodesia in its own insurgency war, fighting rebels on the border, or repelling Angolan MiGs, the South Africans, with their small, lightly equipped but deadly fighting force, become a fearsome military in the region. Their level of efficiency is demonstrated to be not unlike the Australian Defence Force. Today, we look at the intense air wars South Africa fought from 1966 onward, in a series of increasingly intense border conflicts with insurgents from Namibia, Angola, Zambia, and within South Africa itself. To give some historical context, the first phase of fighting broke out in 1966. At this time, Southwest Africa, now Namibia, was petitioning for independence from South Africa. When their attempts failed, fighting erupted between the South African Defence Force and the Southwest African People's Organisation, or SWAPO. Specifically, SADF forces began facing armed attacks by the SWAPO's armed militia wing, the People's Liberation Army of Namibia, or PLAN. Just like their neighbour Rhodesia, South Africa is an apartheid state, limiting the rights of black Africans in a variety of ways. This issue has drawn attention from the Western world for some time. Rhodesia, occupied by its own war, is under international trade restrictions and embargoes for upholding apartheid policies. Nevertheless, both South Africa and Rhodesia stand by these policies. Soon, South Africa too will feel the consequences of international embargoes and restrictions. While the border skirmishes were initially light, as the years rolled on, they grew in intensity. The Angolan Civil War in 1975 broadened the conflict. Angolan Democratic Forces, the UNITA led by Jonas Savimbi, defeated Portuguese colonial rule and declares independence. However, that same year, their power is challenged by the MPLA, aided directly on the ground by Cuban forces who were attempting to establish a communist-aligned state in the region. South Africa had been allied with the Portuguese forces in Angola previously. Now they would take the side of Savimbi's UNITA and Holden Roberto's National Liberation Front of Angola, or FNLA.